Well, hello everyone. Today's the day. We now have a few hundred miles on the Miata and couldn't help ourselves with all the endless modifications, it seems like, with the Miatas. So we have the front and rear Progress Technologies sway bars from Goodwin Racing. They also have the reinforced brackets for the rear sway bar and the bushings as well for the front and rear. New Goodwin Racing Endlinks for the front sway bars. Highly suggested, I guess, to reach all the holes. If you look at the sway bars, there's 3 holes here. So to reach all of them, I guess they said we need a new front end links. So we have that. And just in case we need to cut off the front factory sway bars, we have a cutter. I don't know if that will do it, but we can try here. But we'll see if we can remove it without the cutting. And then last but not least, we have the Goodwin Racing RoadsterSport race exhaust. This thing's amazing. It's only, I think it's pretty light. I think they said like 12 pounds, something like that, versus the factory exhaust. I think it's 25 pounds or something like that. So anyways, stay tuned. We'll get started here soon. I'm just waiting for Master Yoda to show up. That's a buddy of mine. I don't know if he knows what he's in for here, but we'll see. We'll see him soon. All right, see you in a few minutes. Okay, so Master Yoda is here. And here we go.
Get up.
He's got his parts.
Dude, brought my own lunch.
He brought his own lunch.
Oh, yeah, impact right.
What are we doing today, Jay?
We're taking apart this thing and give it a little steroid upgrade.
What do you got gloves on? You ready for exam?
Here you go. We're going to do the back end exam. Out the column.
The back end, no pun intended. YouTube, please don't censor us, but we're just doing the back end of the car. Okay, here we go. We got it jacked up, and we're gonna put in the jacks in here. You can see the floor jack pivot point is right there. So this is for the front and rear. All right. Okay, so the car is up in the air. We have it on floor jacks by the pivot point. That was kind of interesting right there. Again, when you guys are using the floor jack of the car, make sure it's hitting this right here, the factory, I guess, pivot point for the floor jack. We got the car up supported. And then we're going to take off this bolt here for the exhaust. The 4 hangers should be here somewhere. And then the end link that we're going to remove right here to the sway bar. It should be quick and easy peasy. And then we get to the front. I'm looking forward to that. All right, to be continued here, guys. Here we go. Okay, so wheels are off. And this is what we're looking at for the factory suspension. The factory Bilstein with factory springs. But this is the end link. We're going to remove this bolt right here on the top and leave the end link on, the rear end link. And the sway bar, the brackets here, we're going to remove 1 and 2. And the exhaust, I guess the bracket here, there should be 4 of these. We're going to remove all 4 to get the exhaust out and replace with the Progress sway bars with the reinforced bracket. That's awfully beefy, actually, compared to the stock. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Again, Master Yoda is very optimistic. He says this should be easy peasy. Then again, he has restored quite a number of cars. It was just supposed to be a routine maintenance and ends up doing a complete rotisserie, frame off rotisserie. So, it's right here.
Your tenant didn't mind.
No, he's fine. What is that shiny brand new thing? Oh my God, if you guys could see me, I'm gonna ball of sweat getting that.
This is the thing that makes it zoom, zoom.
Yeah, getting these brackets off those factory rubber mounts was not easy. Lots of WD-40. I know they said soapy water, but anything with water, corrosion, I don't know, they don't mix, but it wasn't easy. But luckily, I think the car is new, relatively new, so it's pretty easy. But there's the exhaust. Is the gasket still on there? Should be right. Yeah, it looks like it's, well, I don't know. Is that a gasket? There's no gasket there. But... All right, well, sway bar should be pretty easy. We're gonna put in the sway bar reinforced bracket, take out the end link, put it on, and put this all back. So this should be easy. Okay, here we go. Whew. So a little bit of a note, when you get the studs on the factory exhaust out, the shorter end of the thread is in here pretty good. So once you take them out, just remember what you'll do. You'll thread it into the new exhaust. We can just start by hand until later when we tighten it in. So you thread it in here by hand, and well, my hand apparently isn't very strong, but anyway, so, and then the longer end of the thread will go into the exhaust, the mid pipe. All right, so, all right, with that said, where's your commercial, bud? Oh, there it is.
Where's the bikini girl?
Okay, guys, so very important here. On the reinforced bracket, Jerry, how does that go?
So we have to remove the sway bar and the supporting bracket.
Okay.
And then these two holes will match up to the bolts holding the supporting bracket. And this big end here goes
You guys see, let me get
bolted to the subframe, right subframe,
Oh, I see that bolt.
through that big bolt right there.
It's a hold it. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a strengthening bracket just to make sure that this well actually holds and be able to support when it's under heavy load.
All right. Okay, so we'll do that here, guys, and then we'll come back to you. When you're removing the end link,
There we go.
it's a 14mm socket,
Okay,
and that's
so
the end link to the, and we're going to use the factory end link, the factory sway bar. Take that out, and now, and we just lay on the side.
there you
Push down a
go.
little
This
bit.
side's off.
Yeah.
Let's do the other side.
Okay, we're coming around the other side.
Champo, make sure you show my pretty side, okay?
The pretty side here, the pretty side. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the different side. That's the dark side.
Okay.
We're hopefully gonna get censored by YouTube. Two old men making videos about how to fix a car's rear end. Can I even say that? I'm not sure, but we'll find out.
We love working the rear end. There you go. All right.
Yeah, all right. And then, what did I say those were? 12mm?
14.
Oh, that's 14mm.
Little sockets.
Okay, and then for the mount on the bushing on the sway bar, what was
That's
it?
12.
12. Okay. So that's 12mm.
I got one off.
Yep.
Let's do the second one.
All right, let me just slide out.
Man,
It should be easy.
life is smart with the right tool.
It is. Oh, let me get out of the way. No, hold it. Perfect. All right. Each of wires. Very good.
Boy, this is skinny.
Oh my gosh. So that's the factory rear sway bar. And this is the Progress Technology sway bar. As you guys can notice, oh shoot, sorry guys. The thickness between the two is quite significant here. So, all right, here we go. So let's put the bracket on, and then we'll install everything else. So we need to lube the bushings with quite a bit of lube. Apparently I have this dirty job to doing this.
Doctor, be easy.
Dr. Lube here. Then, I don't know if you guys can see this. Jerry, can you help me hold the bar real quick?
Hold up.
You guys hold it up
Like this.
like this, and you open it.
There you
All
go.
right, that's one side. And then you do it the other side as well. Squeeze in the grease. Do two types of grease, let's see what happens. Can you put too much of this stuff inside?
Yeah.
It'd be very annoying if.
You just want to make sure you have enough left with the front.
Okay.
There. Like do like this.
All right.
There you go.
And
That's how we had it.
the bracket goes on top. This. This. That should do it, right? Okay, so we're about to replace add on the rear sway bar bracket, reinforced bracket. And so this is a 17 millimeter socket right here. And where is it? And then this bracket will come on like this. Over it. So you gotta take a 17 millimeter bracket, put in this bracket, and we should be good to go.
That nut, we'll put it in place.
We were trying to remove that bolt to put in the reinforced bracket. It needs a breaker bar because it's awfully tight. Okay, so as we were trying to remove this bolt with the impact wrench, it's on pretty tight, so you need a breaker bar in order to do so, in order to attach the bracket on that for the rear sway bar. Now you can use the impact wrench.
Okay, we got it off. Like that.
Like that. There we go.
Right?
Yep, that's
good.
good. That looks great.
All right.
Now we're gonna put it back in.
Now.
There's the bolt. Sorry guys for the camera angle. I can't get it in there. Let's see. Here, let me hold the bracket. I got
Gotta move it.
Okay.
Let's just put this back temporarily. Oh wait,
That's not
this
it.
is not a one.
Maybe this one?
Is it this one?
Yeah, that's it.
Temporarily.
Okay. That's pretty cool that they do this with the
Why don't you just show that? Take good pictures.
So now the reinforced bracket is on. That's really pretty cool, pretty strong there. All right, we'll do that to both sides. All right. So the recommended torque is 16 to 20 foot-pounds on those brackets, and the frame reinforcement bolt, that one that's underneath the bracket, is around 80 pounds, I believe. 76 to 80 pounds, which is really high. So that's what we're doing.
What's the torque for this?
32 to 36.
This right here?
For the Endlink, yeah, but they said do that last.
Okay.
So the sequence is the bracket,
It's this one now.
the bracket first, and then the subframe
Okay.
nut to 78 to 82,
Uh-huh.
and then last is the Endlink 32 to 36.
80.
So we're gonna
Okay.
switch that. All right, guys. So the sway bar is on. We tightened the bracket to the recommended torque, and also the subframe bolt there, and the Endlink bolt as well. And we put it on the softest setting. I guess that's the recommended for a time being recommendation from Goodwin here. So we'll see how that works. All right, guys. And the exhaust, Jerry was commenting how it's so much smaller. That's only, I think, 12 pounds or 13 pounds.
Should we take the old one out, put it side by side?
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
And then the other one is the factory's 25 pounds. I guess that explains why there's only 3 on the hanger instead of factory 4 hanger. So
See, why didn't Mazda put something small like this? Could have saved a few bucks on MSRP, right?
I'm always thinking about that. I agree. So in the midst of all this, since it's a 2022 with the KPC Kinematic Posture Control, this is how they're doing. This is on the rear. My buddy here, Master Yoda, is... Okay, go ahead.
This is your regular brake hydraulic control input feed. Here is your auxiliary KPC function. You see this link here?
Right.
It looks like there's some electronic control from the ECU that actuate this linkage and pulls and applies pressure to the brake on the rear.
They said 45 pounds maximum rear brake pressure when they do that. But how is it defeatable? Because when you supposedly turn off the traction control, it stops that. So I guess it is defeatable.
Defeatable in a sense, you know, it's through ECU control. It's
Yeah.
just a simple input to the ECU says, hey, turn it off.
Apply pressure.
Turn it off, then this will
Not engaged.
function, not engage. But then when you leave it off or turn it on, ECU is always monitoring your drive,
Right.
and that's where it makes adjustment accordingly and applies the input, which caused the additional or secondary brake from this point.
Oh, pretty cool. I wonder how this is going to interact with our sway bar install, because the whole point of sway bar is to make it flat, right? I mean, the body roll, reduce body roll, and this is really the point of doing this, is to reduce body roll. So
Right, and this caliper, of course, is going to be one of a kind, unique to Mazda. You can't just do an ordinary big caliper upgrade because it doesn't have this feature built into it.
Oh, that's right. So on the rear brakes, the caliper, it is not Brembo. It's only the front.
It's only the front. The rear is Mazda specific, unless somebody like Brembo comes up with the iteration of this, you know. But I think that would only happen when more manufacturer adopts that.
That's right. Well, that's
that's an interesting look. Very simple.
I like it. Okay, we just got the exhaust mounted. Now we're just torquing in the spring-loaded.
How tight do you want?
Pretty snug, I would say. But my version of tight, not your version.
This is buttoning it out already. Let's just do it.
Okay,
I'll do it like that. Just button it out as well.
Okay.
That's what it is.
The hardest part was this, the hangers here, and you're gonna have that one extra hanger since there's only 3 mounting points. So we decided to leave it, but I'm not sure. I think we'll be fine. We leave it. I don't think it's gonna hurt anything. But not. That's about it. Okay, here we go. Now for the fun part. We got the front end of the car up. We have the wheels off. I can't believe how clean this is. I guess being a brand new car. Underneath, show you guys what we're looking at here underneath. It's just amazing. The underpan, it's so clean underneath here. Give it a few months. I don't think it'll look like this again, Jerry.
Do you ever see a yellow Bilstein shock looking that pretty?
Are you saying I don't drive it enough? Okay, so the goal here, let me just explain. Oh, look at the Brembo brakes.
Dude, you don't want to saran wrap the Brembo brake or the Bilstein shock?
Oh, I should, so it looks nice and shiny. Ceramic coating, that'd be nice.
No, saran wrap.
Saran wrap, oh, that'd be the Asian way. All right, so we're gonna remove the factory Endlink, these little ones, and replace it with the Goodwin Racing Endlinks, so they can reach all the settings on the new sway bars. So they recommend. This is the old sway bar right here. We got 2 brackets. I'm thinking we should cut it, but Jerry's saying we're gonna remove it. So we're gonna go about doing these. Apparently from the videos, we're gonna have to remove these little, I guess, I don't know, what do you call these brackets, pins, in order to get to that. So here we go. All right, so we have the front fender liner out. And now we're gonna remove the center pan liner. There's some 10 millimeter socket. It should be 8. So we took out the bolt here, that's 10 millimeters. We should be able to take those out.
That's it. This is it. Okay. How many of these total?
2, 4, 5. We should have 8 total.
8.
So he says. Oh, that's just a clip.
These. I got these.
Oh, in the front. That's it.
Oh, these are different size.
Different size. Okay.
But need to take this side, all the
this
plastic shield off as well.
Okay.
So
the
give me
right
the
side front fender splash guard. We're just taking all these little clips. And the way the Mazda designed it, actually you can get a flathead screwdriver in to pry them out. But there's quite a few of them apparently.
You don't want to show them.
So here we go. This is what it looks like, these clips, guys. Ooh, with the black gloves, can you see it? So you just gotta be careful, otherwise you can get this out. And then we can get the center pan. Then we can get the center pan out. So it's gonna be a long video, guys. So I'm gonna come back here in a minute until we get all the brackets. I'm sorry, the pans out, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. So we had to remove the bolt here to get to the. I think this is the radiator hose, and there's 2 bolts. Let me see, that attaches to the subframe. One's both on top, but there's one in the far back, and we couldn't get to it. The only way we could get to it is actually loosening the sway bar bracket and removing the end link, and then move the sway bar to the front, if you can see right here, sorry. And then we could get a wrench behind here to remove this radiator hose. To take out this bracket, you can kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but there is a bolt behind the sway bar mount. So just a FYI, that took about 30 minutes to figure that out. So a little tip there, guys. All right, here we go, guys. We finally got the end links on them, the new end links. Jerry calls them the sexy end links. I guess they're kind of sexy. The sway bar, the new sway bar is on. We greased the heck out of them. Haven't tightened down the bracket yet. And everything looks like it's where it should be. We now just need to put the radiator mount back on, put all the panels, the plates, all the little clips, and we are good to go. Good job, Jerry. All right, everything's back on. All the under panel is installed. All the pins, the rivets, and then we have the sway bar is in right there. New bushing, all the ton of grease, tightened up the bolts, the bracket, and then the new end links right there. Adjustable. We adjusted the same as the stock ride height. I think it was 4 3/8, right, Jerry? Something like that.
What was that?
The end length, the length.
4 3/8.
4 3/8, and then and then the driver's side, same thing. The bracket here, a lot of grease, and the new end link 4 3/8, the same way. So now all we have left is put the wheels back on, tighten the lug nuts, and see how she looks. All right.
Hey, where's the...
Okay, we got all 4 wheels on. And I don't know why the car is sitting a little high. I'm hoping that settles in once we get the car moving. We just reconnected the battery. Yeah, the car sits a little high. So we'll start it up with the exhaust and everything for the first time. And let's see how that goes. All right, hang on a second. All right, guys. Let's see how it sounds like first time with the exhaust. And let's put the top down first. A few years to see how it sounds. Hang on, let me put the top. Is the top still going down? Okay, lock. All right, here we go. Okay, no. Can you get close to the sound of that? Wow, this sounds very different, isn't it? Definitely sounds more throatier. All right. That's cool. Thank you. Okay, so we just went for a little drive. The suspension did settle down a little bit. It was about 1 inch high, too high on all 4 corners. It came down a little bit, but still a little high, about 1/4 inch on the back, on the rears. But the front, it's perfect. It's at 14.5 where it was when we first started. But the sound, we're so amazed with the sound and the handling. My goodness, it is. Thanks for all the tips on the forum and your comments and whatnot. It's amazing. Jerry, what'd you think? What'd you think of the drive?
Can I drive it more? Can I take it home?
All right, so to be continued, guys. All right, so I just want to make a quick conclusion video. I just got back from a quick drive with the sway bars, front and rear, the end links, and the exhaust installed. And what a world difference. It's amazing. It's just all the jitteriness, the bounciness, it's all gone. The switchbacks, it's amazing. I'm not sure if I would even want to install the Koni Sport Shocks when they become available, and maybe even the sportier springs. I'm not sure if it's necessary now. I'm gonna drive like this for maybe a couple more 100 miles and decide from there. A quick thank you to all the positive responses I've gotten from the folks from the Miata really community. It's amazing. I mean, I've literally got hundreds of responses of suggestions, tips, tire pressure, which I totally overlooked that. And a special thanks to my buddy Jerry or Master Yoda, I should call him, for putting up with me here the last day or so trying to get this all installed. So thanks for watching. I will be making a short video here coming up soon. Maybe we'll take it out to the canyons. I got to figure out how to mount the camera here, and so you guys can kind of see maybe a way to capture how the car behaves, any body roll, kind of going in and out, transitioning, switchbacks, things like that. So definitely stay tuned for that, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, bye-bye.